Wout Van Aert, an underrated cyclist with a whole lot of potential. This is the story of Wout Van Aert. Wout Van Aert was born on September 15th of 1994 in Herentals, Belgium. From a young age, he was drawn to sports and outdoor activities, displaying an immense passion for cycling. However, there really were no cyclists in his immediate family. Wout started his career in cyclocross, an aspect of cycling where he still excels today. It also tends to be a bit more junior friendly in terms of race availability and all that fun stuff. As a young rider, Wout Van Aert participated in various junior competitions and consistently secured podium finishes. His breakthrough, however, came when he won the Belgium National Junior Cyclocross Championships, a victory that really highlighted his dominance in cyclocross racing. And even to this day, he remains a dominant figure in the cyclocross region, despite his focus on more road racing nowadays. Prior to joining Jumbo-Visma, which is the team that he currently races for at the time of creating this video, he was on a much smaller team that I can literally not pronounce. He raced on that team for numerous seasons, but eventually parted ways. Before we get on with the video, please smash that like, subscribe button, and let me know what you all think of Wout Van Aert in the comment section. Let's get on with the video. In 2019, Wout started his season strong by winning the Belgium National Time Trial Championships. He also started the 2019 Tour de France, racing for Jumbo-Visma and winning stage 10 in a sprint finish. However, he did not finish stage 13, the individual time trial, due to a pretty severe crash that really could have ended his cycling career due to some surgery complications. Well, as you can see, it did not, in fact, end his cycling career. He only got stronger from then on, and he has proven himself as a very dominant figure in this world of cycling. Due to COVID, there were not too many races earlier on the season, and the first race that was rescheduled after COVID was the Strade Bianche. He went on to win that race from a solo attack. Just 1 week later, he won the Milan-San Remo, a very famous cycling one-day event, in a sprint, and he won in a sprint finish with Julian Alaphilippe. Starting the 2020 Tour de France, Wout was in pretty good shape and condition, seeing as he had won 2 major day races prior to the Tour. Wout took 2 stage wins in the Tour, adding to his collection of wins in the 2020 season. Note that the 2020 Tour de France was delayed due to COVID, so it took place in September-ish. Lastly, he scored second in the 2020 UCI World Championship Road Race and Time Trial National Championships. The 2021 season is where he truly showed his strengths. In the 2021 Tour de France, his main purpose was to help out his team leader with the GC. However, Wout managed to win the 11th stage of the Tour de France on Ventoux with a solo attack from 20 miles out. This is still one of his most notable wins of his cycling career. He went on to win the time trial stage and the final stage of the Tour, which were back-to-back stages, so he won stage 20 and 21 back-to-back, and he was the first to do this, to win a mountain stage, time trial, and sprint stage since 1979, which only second to Bernard Hinault, who is a extremely notable cyclist in the cycling world. He also took the silver medal in the 2021 Olympics. Moving on to his 2022 season, Wout started the season off very strong, but ended up testing positive for COVID prior to the Tour of Flanders. This was a big disappointment, but he did not let this slow him down. In the first few stages of the Tour de France, Wout was performing exceptionally well, taking the green jersey and the yellow jersey for a limited amount of time, which is pretty incredible considering he is more of a sprinter and time trialist. After the great start of the Tour, he spent pretty much the rest of the race helping out his teammate Jonas Vingegaard in assisting him towards getting the yellow jersey, which is the most coveted jersey in the world of cycling. He managed to hold on to the green jersey, being one of the first teams to take both the yellow and green jersey in the Tour. Now into his 2023 season. He had a pretty good start to the cyclocross season, coming second in the UCI World Championships, only second to the great Mathieu van der Poel, which we'll have a video on coming very soon, so smash that like, subscribe button, and stay tuned for more of this style content coming soon. The 2023's Tour started off pretty strong, but going into the Tour, Wout knew that he would probably have to leave the Tour in order to be with his wife as she gave birth to their second child. Wout successfully aided Jonas in his quest for the yellow jersey, making it the second time in a row that he has won the Tour de France. For the remainder of this 2023 season, he plans to focus on the World Championships, which take place in early August of 2023. So recently there have been a lot of discussion about Wout Van Aert and his position on the Jumbo-Visma team. So this is a bit of a section about the Jumbo-Visma situation. Currently, Wout Van Aert is some of the best shape of his life. In the 2023 Tour de France, he made the decision to drop out of the tour in order to join his wife back home where they awaited the birth of their second child. However, many believe that Wout had a lot more potential in other teams. At Jumbo-Visma, his sole purpose on the team is to help Vingegaard, essentially taking him out of the running for the other competitions. And he could very well do extremely well fighting for that green jersey and the yellow jersey even. Pretty much all the time, Wout Van Aert is seen pulling Vingegaard until his very last pedal stroke. Rarely does he get the opportunity to go for the stage win himself. In years prior, Wout has even been seen dropping Vingegaard, proving just how strong of a rider he is. But many have noticed that Wout can achieve a lot more if he had a team of his own. Despite his more sprinter-like build, he's able to keep up with some of the best climbers, sprinters, and time trialists. He's also an exceptionally strong rider and time trialist, making him a great all-arounder. However, it may not be enough to be a GC contender, but potentially making the switch to a different team could put him in a better position in order to contend for the sprint jersey in major races like the Tour de France. Something to back this up is that in his 2021 Tour de France, he had a solo attack from 20 miles out, and it was on Ventoux, one of the biggest climbs that the Tour de France riders tackle, and that is something that really only the climbers can do, and he managed to drop all of the climbers and solo it all the way to victory, something that is really incredible and not many riders can do. He managed to drop Vingegaard, who is literally his leader who he's supposed to be supporting, and in numerous instances, he's been seen going off the front in breakaways and really not obeying what his team has to say. Switching to a different team could really allow him to have ambitions of his own. Currently, he's only fighting for the ambitions of Jonas Vingegaard, which is pretty selfish of Jonas because Wout pretty much has no opportunity to win the stage or go for things on his own. He's pretty much supposed to be there alongside Vingegaard all the time, and that is seen especially in the Tour de France documentary Unchained, which is available on Netflix. And really that just goes to show how everything in cycling is solely focused on the team GC leader, and if the team has a good GC leader like Jonas Vingegaard, they're going to do whatever it takes to help that leader get the yellow jersey. That can really be seen by Jumbo-Visma because they're going at whatever it takes in order to have Wout there next to Vingegaard, helping him to get that yellow jersey. While it is good team tactics and it does pay off in the end, the situation is complicated, but there's no doubt that Wout has tons of potential and a bright cycling career ahead of him. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like, subscribe button, and see you on the next one. Ride on.